beast! Ah!
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Not the Bees, the Nicolas Cage filmography podcast. I'm Megs.
I'm Elizabeth.
And this week we watched 1990's Firebirds, starring Nicolas Cage and Tommy Lee Jones. This movie is only 87 minutes long, but it felt like a real struggle. As far as the synopsis, there's really not a lot. They are two guys that are in the army that are working with some sort of, with the DEA on some kind of drug task force to take down cartels using Black Hawk helicopters. And Tommy Lee Jones is his trainer. And then there's a woman named Billy, who's played by Sean Young, who is a former lover of his, and they happen to be like at the same base on the same squadron. But there's not a real whole lot that happens with a war on, this movie is just a very elongated training exercise. We start it where he's on mission. Nicolas Cage's character is on mission, and he's flying with, I think, two other helicopters, and there's a Stingray helicopter that shoots down both of the other helicopters, and he's kind of traumatized by it. I'm assuming that's the reason that he's at this training facility. Not only that, he is a very good pilot. And we see several instances where he's either flying the helicopter or he's in the flight simulator with his co-pilot or whoever's in charge of the weapons. And he's really good. There's actually some really great footage when they're in the simulator where he's like just screaming like that he is the best. I am the greatest. I am the greatest, because he's just taking out all of these simulated vehicles in this training simulation. But it turns out that he has some kind of issue with his eyes. There's a dominance issue where even though he's right-handed, his left eye is actually his dominant one. So most of this movie is really just about training him, or training his right eye to be able to look through the scope on the headset, so that he can do like night vision and stuff like that with just one eye.
Yep.
That's 87 minutes of watching Tommy Lee Jones.
Now, to be fair, it's 80 minutes because there is a 7-minute battle.
Okay, fine. There is a 7-minute. You're right. That was unfair of me to those last 7 minutes. You're absolutely right. But that's what it is. It's about 80 minutes of Tommy Lee Jones trying to force Nicolas Cage's character's right eye to take commands the way that he wants, instead of, I don't know, making an accommodation to use the left eye instead.
This movie so desperately wants to be Top Gun in helicopters.
Listen, the entire time I was like, is he just trying to be Tom Cruise from Top Gun? Because I'm pretty sure that's all that's happening. The only other thing that really happens in this movie outside of that is his very creepy desperation to get back together with his ex.
Yes! The love story is contrived. There's no chemistry between the two of them.
At all.
The sexy talk in the helicopters is gross.
It's so, oh my God. The entire time I was like, just secondhand embarrassment. Like, I couldn't even watch it. Listening to it was hard enough. So I don't even know what it looked like. I just heard it, and that was enough.
It looked like helicopters flying around and disembodied voices making sexy talk to each other. And it's like, you have a gunner. They're fucking hearing this. It sounds gross. You sound gross.
Just very gross the entire time. And I mean, even the bad movies that we have seen of his, the ones that are just, Wind Talkers, I don't know if I'm ever going to forgive myself for watching that movie. It's just so bad. But this movie was so bad. It was just really, so really bad.
Do you know what my favorite thing about this movie is?
Yeah, sure.
It's the way Tommy Lee Jones pronounces helicopter. Helicopter.
Mm.
Every every time he said it, it's a helicopter. Helicopter.
This movie also taught me that Tommy Lee Jones has always been old.
Yeah, that man has
He is
never
just,
been young.
nope, never a young man. Never a young
Nick
man.
Cage, on the other hand, looks like a fucking teenager in this.
He does look like a teenager in this. He does. And you know what? Despite how awful this like, he looked the part. He looked like, you know, a tall,
Oh, yeah.
like helicopter pilot. The uniforms were fine. At this point, like, I've tried to find like positive things about this movie, and there's not one but two Phil Collins songs. Who uses Phil Collins in Army movies? I don't know, but I was a fan. That was a nice little surprise that Phil Collins showed up in the middle to make me, oh my god, it's Phil Collins. Like, now I'm happy a little bit.
Let's take a look through some of the notes that I made of this movie. 55 minutes in, there's no stakes.
None.
101 minutes in, they fly to fake South America. It's a fake South American country. It's not a real country because they couldn't pick one that had the fucking war on drugs going. There's too many montages. I wrote, I wish I could watch this at 1.5x speed. The cinematography is bad. It's like, it's constantly just these shots of the helicopters flying by.
Literally. Like, the only cool bit about that was the helicopter that Billy was piloting, because on top of the blade, it's got that little camera attachment where she can, like, look around. Like, that's pretty cool, but that was the coolest thing. That was the only cool thing about this movie.
The camera's on top of her what?
It's on top of the blade of the helicopter.
No, the helicopter.
The healing. Oh my god. Every time.
Every fucking time. Helicopter. I don't know why Tommy Lee Jones pronounces it that way.
I don't know why either.
Literally different than everyone else pronounces the word.
There are, yeah, you're absolutely right. There are no stakes in this movie at all. I honestly, I don't even remember, like, and I went back, like, I rewound and I tried to figure out where he and his ex, when Jake and Billy, like, got back together, they went to that bed and breakfast. First of all, I didn't even realize that it was a trip that they were taking. I thought it was someone's house. So, like, that's never explained. Also, when it, like, they're all of a sudden becoming very flirty with each other after she walks out of the bar that he's, like, stalked her through. Like, you can't own me. Like, it's over between us. It just can't happen.
She shoots him down 15 times.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's like, I passed my test, my left eye dominance thing. I got over it. It was all your help. So thank you. And she's like, okay, let's sleep together now.
Yeah, literally. Like, there's no, it's so gross. It's so gross.
There's no turn. There's no change or reason for her to change. She just does. Because the script calls for them to have sex now.
And also that scene was super awkward.
Oh, yeah. And it went on too long.
It's way too, like, double the amount of time it needed to. Like, they were really trying to stretch this movie out. Like, I feel like they used shit that should have just ended up on the edit room floor. It just was not good. I wonder
how much did wind up on the editing room floor.
Well, I mean, it had to be, you know, some amount because it's only 87 minutes.
Well, that was an average runtime in 1990.
I mean, that's fair. That is fair. Also, like, even the battle at the end wasn't satisfying.
No.
Because and it was also too long.
We've watched them train in these helicopters for 80 fucking minutes, and
that's
the
all
battle just looks like the training montages. The battle just looks like them flying around because there's no interesting cinematography happening.
No. Also, this is apparently the cartel that they've said are, what did they say, that they're outmanned and outgunned.
Yeah.
So if the cartel has all of all this manpower, all of these excess funds, they can have all of these, extreme weapons, and not even just extreme weapons, multiples of them. Why do we only ever see one Stinger helicopter of theirs, helicopter of theirs? And also, like, so that's where I can forgive the fact that 2, like, fighter jets flew in during that battle, and that was basically the entire force that we saw of the cartel, was these 2 fighter jets they had in this one helicopter.
Yeah.
And so, like, if they're supposedly outmanned and outgunned, I can understand the fighter jets being there. I don't understand why that's all we see of them. We see one small shot right before the battle happens of some sort of encampment, but it's really, let's be honest, it's the clearing on top of a bluff. It's like, it's not hidden. It's not hidden. With guys getting out and setting things up. And then after this is over, after they've killed the Stinger jet and the 2 fighter jets, or the Stinger helicopter and the 2 fighter jets, they come back down and they're like, yeah, we arrested everybody. It's all cleaned up. Like, where? When? Who? How many?
You're looking for logic in a film that has none.
Yeah, no, this is disjointed as fuck, man. Like, this is like a first-person perspective story. There's a lot of shit missing from what was happening around that you can't even glean because you weren't there. Like, it's terrible. It's terrible.
This movie has a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's well-deserved.
Yeah, it should be lower. It should be a lot less than that, honestly. This is a terrible, terrible movie. Like, it wasn't even funny.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't scary. It wasn't thoughtful. It just exists.
Mm-hmm.
This might be the shortest episode we ever do.
This might be the this might be the shortest episode we ever do, because this movie was just a whole lot of nothing. It's like a popcorn fart.
Yeah. Nobody has any motivation to do the things that they do. It just stunk. It just stunk.
Like, it honestly, unfortunately, like, I can't even, and I was trying so hard, right? Like, show me Nick Cage. And, like, we got one moment, right, when he's in the simulator with his gunner, whoever he's in there with.
Right.
Where he's, just, yelling, like, I am the greatest. I am the greatest.
Yeah, in that scene, you can see some personality squeaking through.
Yeah. But that's literally, like, 2 minutes of the film. And so we don't even get a whole lot of, like, Nick Caginess.
No.
In this movie. Like, there's no opportunity for it other than, like, some yelling. And then, like,
we do get a gratuitous shot of Sean Young's butt while she's dancing.
We do. She also, you know what? If I had to find a positive thing about this, I will say there was also the scene at the end of the battle when Tommy Lee Jones' character his helicopter's been shot, and he has to crash land it, and his gunner died in the crash. But she has her helicopter. She's the scout helicopter, so she's the closest. She flies to them, and she's like, I have to check on them. So she goes over and she finds the gunner's dead. He can't get out. He's like, my legs are broken. But he's like, you have got to get rid of this fucking fighter jet. And he's like, we have an app for that. Go grab this thing. It looks like this. I think it was like a coffee grinder or something. He's like, it looks like a coffee grinder. Whatever. Talks her how to assemble it. Like, their chemistry in that, like, 2 or 3 minute scene is so urgent. And together, like, that's probably the best moment of acting in the film, when he's teaching her how to put the rocket launcher together. And also, the fighter jet is trying desperately to hit them, and he's just barely missing.
Yeah.
So, like, he's pulling her into the helicopter.
There are stakes in that moment.
For about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then there's a beautiful shot of her with the rocket launcher destroying the fighter jet in a way that I can only describe as, oh god, my back. That's what it looks like. When it blows up, that's exactly what it looks like. But yeah, no, that's probably the best thing I can say about this movie is that there was one 3.5 minute scene with Tommy Lee Jones and Sean and a giant weapon, and that's it.
So I love how they exposition dump the cartel. They sit a colonel in a room and he's on a video link to the Pentagon and he's by himself.
Yeah.
And it's just a guy on a video monitor talking to him and he's just nodding, yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes. It's so stupid. Oh!
Just no effort whatsoever.
What's that thing Deadpool always says? Maximum effort? This
Maximum
is
effort.
minimum effort.
The very least, the absolute least that you could possibly get.
All right, so we're giving this movie an F.
Yeah.
What do we give the Nick Caginess of it?
I'm gonna. It's not good. It's it's not good. It's not an A. It's not a B. It's not a C. I don't know if I should call it a D or an F, but it was not good at all.
It's an F.
Yeah, it was not good. It was not good.
You know, I usually, when I edit these, I usually take out the extraneous pauses, but I'm thinking maybe this time I'll leave them in so that the listener can tell how we are agonizing over describing this piece of excrement.
Yeah. No, you absolutely should. Like, our listeners should understand how incredibly disappointing this movie was. Like, sometimes you watch bad movies and you're like, that movie was terrible, but like you have feelings about it. Like Splice. Splice is a terrible fucking movie, and I have feelings about it. I will never forget that. I will forget this movie in like a month.
This movie isn't even good enough to be on Mystery Science Theater.
No, there's nothing to poke fun because it's just a blob of gray mush.
Yeah.
That's all this movie is.
It's the oatmeal of filmmaking.
Yeah. I would say that that's accurate, except that I honestly feel like that gives oatmeal a bad name.
All right.
And we hate oatmeal.
It's the grits.
Don't come for us, the South.
Grits are disgusting.
Grits are kind of gross. Sorry.
It's the grits. You can eat it, or like cream of wheat. Like, you can eat it if you're fucking starving.
Yeah.
But it's not good.
No, it's not good. That is just fuel. Like, if you have to take a food and add so much seasoning and fat to it that it's palatable, it's not food. I mean, I guess technically it is, but like, because it won't kill you, but like, also grits is just corn, and we can't actually digest corn. So grits it is. Grits is terrible. This movie is grits. This movie is plain... This movie is plain grits, overboiled.
No butter.
No salt. Fucking nothing. This is tasteless, bland, fucking mush that gets caught in your teeth. That's all it is.
Ugh. All right. I guess that's it.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. But listener, if you are enjoying what we do and you want to hear more of it, you can hop on over to patreon.com/notthebees if you want to pitch in a couple of bucks here and there to help us out. You can also follow us on Instagram at notthebeespod. We try to post a little scene with different slides from the movie that we're watching every week. We'd love for you to follow along.
Yes, we would.
We would. We promise the next movie will be better.
We can't promise that. The random number generator.
It's random.
The random number generator may hate us for another week.
Right. You're right.
We cannot promise. Don't make false promises to the audience.
But you know what? That's okay. If we can actually get through all of his terrible catalog before we get to any of the really, really good stuff, let's just get through it then.
Oh.
Well,
that's
Either way, we're still going to be back next week. Maybe it'll be a better episode. Maybe it'll be a better movie. But until next time, I'm Megs.
I'm Elizabeth.
See ya.
Bye.